Hi, and welcome back to Through the Monocle. We are currently 2.5 hours into recording our episode on The Departed. As always, I'm your host, and if you want to see the other 2.5 hours, you can do that by watching our commentary track available now, should be now, on the same channel. And if you do that, there might be a reward. We'll talk about that in a second. But joining me today, it is unfortunately Grant Skillen. How are you doing, Grant?
I am doing better than I have the past 2 weeks. It is a long movie, though. Grant's not lying. We're in the recording time. We're currently at 2 hours, 31 minutes, and now 20 seconds. It is 10:16 for me. So if you want to do that math, we started at 7:45.
Yeah, it is. It's been
Ish.
a long. No. We started. Yeah, I guess 7:45. Dang. Yeah, it's been a long one. But that is a much better movie. Now, about the reward, we are doing a giveaway. And for those of you who are watching directly from the commentary track, here you go. So the question this week to enter our giveaway: what is your favorite Leonardo DiCaprio movie and why? All you have to do is subscribe to the channel, like the video, and then comment your answer to what is your favorite Leonardo DiCaprio movie and why. And if you watch the commentary track, there's another question you can answer and a few bonuses if you stay the whole time like a psychopath.
Yeah. I can tell you there's one somewhere after the 2-hour mark.
And there's one like somewhere after the 1 hour mark. If you do it all, you'll have 4 entries this week. We're giving away, I guess I should have mentioned that. We're giving away a Blu-ray collection of The Departed, Goodfellas, and The Aviator, which are 3 of the 4 movies we will be discussing this month. I believe the 4th one will be Hugo, but we haven't decided that one officially. This is Marty month after all. We call it Marty Madness where I'm from. Which is also where he's from.
No, we don't. I can confirm that we don't call it that. Because I am from where he is from, and we don't call it that.
All right. So, Grant, now that we're through the formalities, everybody entered the giveaway. It really is a big deal to us. Now that we're through the formalities, what did you think of The Departed?
It's a good movie. It's not my type of movie, though. It's a very good movie. I mean, you can look at the audience score and the critic score. It's a great movie. Everyone loves it,
except for you.
It's just I appreciate what it is. It's just not for me.
Okay. Hey, I can respect that. I really can. I will say
the one thing that's a spoiler what I was about to say, but
we'll get to spoilers. Actually, you know what? Spoiler warning for The Departed. It's 15 years old. If you haven't seen it, what are you doing? Also, like, watch the commentary track. Anyway, Grant, go.
I like the idea of the twist of the different people being involved. I think it was a bit overplayed though, because at the end you just have like everyone is like some type of agent in some type of way. It just keeps killing everyone, and I think it's done well for the most part, and then it just gets overdone at the end.
I don't think that we had too many agents at the end because it was still the same two, right? It was still Leonardo DiCaprio and Matt Damon. They added in Berrigan.
Yes, they added in Berrigan. Berrigan kills DiCaprio, and then kills Anthony Anderson,
who is the most random person in this movie.
Yeah, who's just there. But then Damon kills him.
Right.
And then Damon's at the funeral, goes back to his apartment, gets killed by Wahlberg.
Right. I don't understand why that added to your confusion.
It's just that everyone dies. Like, I don't think everyone needed to die.
I don't know that everyone needed to die, but I think it proves a point, right? Like, no good deed goes unpunished and no sin either, right? Like, send him up to the Almighty. I will say, though, so the reason I told you not to look this up is this has been in the news lately. Martin Scorsese says the reason he doesn't work with Warner Brothers anymore is they wanted to turn this movie into a franchise. They wanted either Matt Damon or DiCaprio to live. And even once he killed them all off, they had a sequel written. So to be clear, the only person in this movie that survives other than Alec Baldwin somehow is Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, and the girlfriend.
Oh, but who cares about the girlfriend? She's just there. Screw her. Heck, everyone else. Yeah, but like everyone died. Everyone. And then they make it a franchise. I don't know how you even make this movie a franchise. I don't know who would watch a sequel to this movie. It's wrapped in a. It's perfect. Jack Nicholson is dead.
Everyone's dead. Like, yeah, he's dead. That whole crew is dead, and then basically the entire police force is dead because Keenan dies. Basically, Wahlberger's the only one alive. Basically, at the end, like, it was just like I said. It almost just felt like they're like, let's have this twist and let's just kill off everyone.
See, that to me was my favorite part of the movie. That's why I like this movie so much. I love that everyone dies. I love that at the end of it, nothing matters. Everything returns to the way it was. I love that.
Yeah. It's fine. It's just not for me, ultimately. That's my ultimate conclusion.
Fair enough. And I mean, I respect that you enjoyed it for that. I will say, however,
there were definitely enjoyable parts of the movie.
There are definitely enjoyable parts of the movie. I want to get this out because I promised myself I'd get this out. All right. So he
said it like 2 or 3 times in the track. He just wants to say it. I don't know why. He has to say it.
Okay, we know Carl Newman, who played.
No, as in we've interviewed him.
Yeah, and I've talked to him a little bit outside of that. He's a cool dude. His nickname was given to him by Jack Nicholson when he was on Batman '89. Speaking of Batman '89, check out the Culture Nerd for a Batman '89 themed giveaway. So Carl Newman knows Jack Nicholson. We know Carl Newman. That puts us 2 degrees of separation, if you're keeping track at home, from Jack Nicholson. That puts us 3 degrees of separation. Not the word I almost used. Away from Leonardo DiCaprio, Mark Wahlberg,
everyone involved in this movie.
Yeah, everyone involved in this movie. Oh, and Matt Damon. That's one of my favorite things about being a podcaster, so I had to mention it. Anyway, unless you're watching this on Instagram as part of our promo, keep watching. Anyway, my thoughts on this movie. I love this movie tremendously.
And most importantly, you forgot Anthony Anderson.
For some reason, Anthony Anderson's in this movie. But I love this movie tremendously. It definitely, in my mind, deserved the best picture that it won, and the best director that it won, and the best adapted screenplay that it won, and the best film editing that it won. I think Mark Wahlberg should have won an Oscar just for the whole. When Alec Baldwin asked him how he was doing, he's like, "Good. I'm tired from screwing your wife." And Baldwin's like, "How's your mother?" "Good. She's tired from screwing my father." I think he should have won the Oscar just for that line delivery. It was fantastic. It gets me every time. I've seen this movie 4 times now. Gets me every single time. I love it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jack Nicholson is great. It's got a lot of Joker characteristics to his character.
Oh yeah, I mean, we made the joke midway through, right? That he was gonna don the green makeup or the green hair rather. Mm-hmm. I will say something I noticed watching through this time. Every character that dies gets marked with an X during, right before they die, except for Berrigan and Anthony Anderson. But who really cared about them? So, for example, when Queenan died, you noticed how he was falling past the windows. Mm-hmm. All of those windows had X bars on them.
Interesting.
When DiCaprio died, he had already walked through the airport, right? All those airports had X bars on them. Or all those windows had X bars on them. When Matt Damon died, he was in the elevator. The tape on the elevator was marked with an X. That is a reference to Scarface from, I want to say, 87. But that seems early and also late. I don't know. It was a reference to Scarface, though. And I just thought that was fascinating. It was something I hadn't caught the first 4 times I watched it. Or the first 3 times I watched it. This is just one that as you watch it more and more, it gets better and better. Because all of those things you're saying seemed random at the end were definitely foreshadowed. Mm-hmm. You could definitely see it coming if you knew how to look.
Yeah, I'm more just saying I don't know that it was necessary to kill off everyone, but that's just my opinion.
It is if the
Um,
studio asks you to make a franchise and you want to make a point.
mhm.
If you
Yeah,
want to
so
make,
some of the
I'm sorry, I'm going to let you speak in just a minute. I'm going to Kanye West you here, though. If the studio asks you to make a franchise and you want to make a point, you kill off everyone and go, see, I can do what I want. And then you go win Best Picture. That's what you do.
mhm.
Yeah.
Some of the trivia facts on IMDb. Grant mentioned this at one point, but roughly half of the budget went to the actors' salaries,
Which you
and it
can
makes
believe
sense when
because
you
they had
look
to
at the
pay
cast.
Anthony Anderson.
Yeah. Scorsese wanted Al Pacino to be Costello, because he had never worked with Pacino before, but Pacino turned him down. I was having a stroke there for a second, and Jack Nicholson was his second choice.
I think Nicholson did it as well as one could do it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Vera Farmiga, that's how I'm going to say her name, met with an actual LAPD psychiatrist to prepare for her role. The psychiatrist read the script and told her that everything that the character did was wrong.
That is amazing. I believe that though, because like somewhere around the whole, what, I have to kill myself to get these pills? I'm like, okay.
Somebody's got to do something here.
And she did. She screwed him.
Yeah. This was the first remake of a foreign film to win an Academy Award for Best Picture.
The second one was Coda, right?
Mm-hmm. Are you also looking at the IMDb
I'm
page?
not. I'm just know that from memory.
Okay.
I promise.
It Grant mentioned during the 2.5 hour long hell that he put me through. It wasn't that bad. It was just
It's
long.
a good movie. It's just
It
as
is.
long.
It was just long. Scorsese didn't realize it was a remake of a Hong Kong movie until after he agreed to direct it. I don't know how that happens.
Because I didn't realize it was a remake until after I'd watched it. Like, how are you supposed to know? Exactly. Especially in 2007, they were using flip phones in this movie, Grant.
You think he can just Google, all right, what's this movie I'm working on made from? Oh, Hong Kong. I think it's a little different. I don't know. I've never seen the original. Maybe that's something we should do. I don't know.
Anyway, now that I've had my little spasm, whatever.
Leonardo DiCaprio visited Boston and met with people tied to the Irish mob.
I believe that.
He's like, look, I'm not a cop, all right?
Not a cop.
Not a cop. Which they thought he was saying carp because they don't pronounce R's.
Mhm.
Except apparently in the N-word, because Jack Nicholson did that twice.
So in the scene in the airport where he's on the phone with Frank, I'm just
That
ignoring
joke
you.
did not get enough reaction, Grant.
I'll be honest, I didn't hear it.
I'm not repeating it. I'm already never going to get a job.
Okay.
Never going to get
When he's in the airport on the phone, the little girl with the backpack was Martin Scorsese's daughter.
Oh, that's sweet. Scorsese's the best. Like all of his movies, I can't think of one I've seen I didn't like. He was my favorite director for a while. Might still be. I'll have to think on that. I will say though, however, I did the never gonna give you up, and now I gotta let you down and desert you.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. It like just legitimately start to finish is, if you like thrillers, this is the best one I've ever seen anyway. If you like actors, heck, they spent a lot on these people. Anthony Anderson's in this movie.
Yeah, he's the just the guy.
He's where most of the budget went, right? Like there's this DiCaprio guy. He made nothing. This really put him on the map. Then there's like Matt Damon. He's known for like Jay and Silent Bob. Let's see. You had Alec Baldwin. He's known for like this shooting he pulled off on a set one time. It was really Anthony Anderson who was like the man here.
But it wasn't Alec.
It was not Alec.
There's a fact I remember seeing, and I looked it up during the watch along, and it's true. The scene at the beginning where he executes the lady and she falls, and it stays there. I think it was supposed to just cut, but he's like, just keep it there, and I'm going to say something. He just goes, she fell weird. That was improvised.
And she goes, huh. Or he goes, huh, she fell funny. And it just starts to laugh. And the guy that plays French goes, you really should see somebody. And it was kind of hilarious. But also,
you
like,
were telling
that dude
me
was jacked up.
you were telling me one of the other scenes was improvised? Mostly?
Yeah, the one where he pulls out the gun talking to Billy and eats the fly. That was like loosely scripted, and the gun was improvised. I think I said during the watch along it was loaded. I can't back that up anymore, but I'd be
very surprised if it's loaded, because even though he was kind of crazy and sporadic, that would be a step too far to actually be pointing a loaded gun, knowing it was loaded.
Alec Baldwin's in this movie. That's all I'm gonna say.
I said knowing it was loaded. Okay,
Alec Baldwin's in this movie. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
It's a good movie though. Like the villain, Frank is the best. I do think that like he should have been one of the ones to die at the last minute, but like that's not how the movie was written. I'm not gonna rewrite it to make him one of the ones to die. I thought it was nice though that they wrapped it up after like they killed him. That's the end of the movie. Oh wait, never mind. Everybody gets their head blown off.
It's nice, apparently. I think him dying where he did makes sense. Like
in a trash.
Like can. I don't have like I was saying, I don't have a problem with the movie. It's just it's not for me. And at the end, I may have changed that, but I mean overall, it's a good movie.
When you say at the end, you may have changed. Oh yeah. Never mind. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get it not being for you. I like it. I like Scorsese's stuff, like all of it. I got into it after seeing Joker, which is not a Scorsese movie, but could have been a Scorsese movie. He didn't want to direct that one, but it is an homage to a lot of Scorsese movies, Taxi Driver, King of Comedy, and a few others. And so I really got into watching Scorsese. So I watched The Aviator, and I watched Goodfellas. I watched this, and I just love his movies. I've seen Casino. I've seen Hugo. Hugo was the first one I ever saw. I was a kid. It was a kid's movie. This dude made kids movies. Think about that.
Yeah, and I will say, I didn't mention it earlier in the review, but we did say in the watch party, I knew nothing. Heck, we were joking. It's not even a joke. I forgot the name of the movie because Grant was like, I want you to go into this not knowing anything. So like, I didn't look anything up going into it. I forgot the name even. He sent me the link to it like 5 minutes before
the HBO Max official link for the record.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, I went into it with knowing it was sort of a thriller and like there's gonna be some twists in it and try to figure it out. But
you had no idea it was coming.
Yeah, I had no idea everybody was getting their head shot off.
Fair enough. Yeah, the reason I did that was because it's been in the news lately. And also you've never seen it before. And I'm like, I want to see what Grant's reaction is to this. Because after at least 3 weeks of recording time together, that's what we do at this point. It's just, what did he think about it?
Yeah. Grant's now decided that the best way to do these is to torture me for hours on end.
Well, so, okay, for the record, most of the time when I would watch movies and suggest movies, I'd pick ones I'd already seen because I can't convince myself to sit down and watch a movie for the podcast. So instead, we're doing it on the podcast and it works. I've seen every movie we've reviewed in the last 3 weeks. I've seen it all the way through.
I have seen every movie we have ever reviewed.
Okay, I have seen every movie we have ever reviewed at some point. But I like to watch them beforehand. I just can't talk myself into that currently. So now I have to, and you have to. It's the best. And if you're still here, comment still here
I'm sorry.
for another entry into the giveaway. the more entries, the better. Come on, people. We want to prove you're through the Monocle fans. Because if you're through the Monocle fans, we'll buy you a little monocle. I'm kidding. We won't do that. Taylor, I'm not signing us up to do that. Yeah. But I did want to say we are officially 3 degrees of separation from Leo DiCaprio, which is a big deal to Grant because Grant still got 5 years to try.
If you want to be technical, that is not even true because I am 20.
4 years and change.
Yes. I've got 4 years, 3 months, and a couple of days.
That joke started in the middle of the movie when we didn't have anything to talk about because you can't make fun of this one because it's too good. It's too good.
Yeah, so
like
Grant just started being stupid.
I just started being stupid. But I mean, okay, there are things you can make fun of. Martin Scorsese made fun of it. Mark Wahlberg's Boston accent, for example. Because Mark
Wahlberg.
Yeah, I'm convinced Mark Wahlberg's last name was Wahlberg, but he's just from Boston, so he's now Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg.
Wahlberg.
Yeah.
I like Mark Wahlberg in this movie. He's fantastic. He's fantastic in everything. I like him.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, he's in Transformers, but that's another story. Yeah. Welcome to Through the Monocle. And hopefully you've seen The Departed. If you've seen The Departed, let us know how you liked it. We'd appreciate that. Let us know how you like the show. And Grant, do you have anything to say before we head out?
No.
What? Okay. pass, fail here.
It's a pass for sure.
Okay. That's where I'm at. Would you watch it again?
No, but that's just because it's not my type of movie, not because it's a bad movie.
Not because it's not rewatchable. Okay. And obviously they didn't do what they set out to do because the studio set out to start a franchise. And Martin Scorsese said, I'm going to win Best Picture and kill everyone.
Yes.
I'm surprised that he didn't just have like a mass shooting of Boston just to be like, screw you guys. Screw you guys. Yeah.
I mean, there was a shootout at
That's true.
with the bad guys and the cops when they were getting the drugs out at the end.
That's true. But yeah, it was pretty much just a shoot. Screw you guys. Anyway, I agree. I think the movie passes. Obviously, I will rewatch it at some point. I've seen it 4 times already. You can never watch it enough. Yeah. So anyway, please tell us how you like The Departed. Please tell us how you like the episode. If you're here after the commentary, first off, bravo, man! Like pat on the back.
There's nobody who has sat through the entire commentary and is still here.
Nope. But if you have, there's some fun rewards and it gets kind of fun. But yeah, if you enjoyed the episode, do us a favor, go to patreon.com/theculturenerd and throw your money at the screen because that keeps us paid enough to do these giveaways and to force Grant to sit in a chair for 3 hours looking at a camera talking into a microphone. You can also support other shows there, but to be honest, none of them are sitting in a chair for 3 hours looking at a camera behind a microphone. So why would you do that? No, I'm kidding. We love them. It helps keep the lights on. It helps pay for this fancy software. It helps. Anyway, as always, I've been your host, Grant Ingram.
And I have been your co-host, Grant Skillen. Thank you to our Patreon supporters. Thank you to Jose for the logo and Taylor for the intro.
And thank you, the viewer, who hopefully is still here, for joining us as we continue on this journey through the monocle. Please leave a like, subscribe, and if you want to answer any of the questions we posed earlier or post the timestamps, do that, and you can enter our giveaway, which I will throw up real quick. Our giveaway to win this Martin Scorsese collection, which is 3 of the 4 movies we will be reviewing this month. Again, just like, subscribe, and comment your answer to this week's questions and the timestamps. Anyway, if you want more of the Cultured Nerd, scan the code there on the left. If you want more of us, you can check out our other show, Much Talk About Nothing, which needs to be posted soon again. That you can scan that little QR code on the right. We interview some cool people over there. I think the last one up is Gabe Lee. You can also find some of those videos here on our YouTube. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us, and we will catch you next week when we talk about Goodfellas.